Samsung's Big Bang Theory. The Galaxy Note 7 is probably Samsung's most famous model, not for its design or specs, but for its notorious tendency to spontaneously combust. After 2 recalls that cost the brand at least $5 billion, the South Korean phone giant has finally revealed where exactly it all went wrong. Samsung's Galaxy Note 7 was fitted with 3,500 mAh lithium-ion batteries, which should have enough space to allow negative electrodes to remain straight. However, those manufactured by a company subsidiary were found to have deflected negative electrodes, which caused the batteries to overheat and explode. As a result, Samsung recalled and reissued all Galaxy Note 7 phones in September. Replacement batteries made by a Hong Kong-based affiliate were likewise defective. Welding burrs penetrated through the separator and insulation tape, causing negative electrodes to be in direct contact with the positive tab. In some cases, batteries were missing the insulation tape altogether. Both factors were linked to the phone overheating and potentially catching fire. Samsung ultimately canceled production of the smartphone model and has had to reassess existing safety measures. The company has announced the implementation of a new 8-point battery safety check that's meant to reassure consumers that safety is now a top priority. Here's 5 more stories about how dangerous phones can be.
Teenager's mobile phone explodes in her face. Nowadays, people are extremely attached to their mobile devices, always on their phone, whether they're walking or eating or in bed. Most people, particularly teenagers, practically have their phone glued to their hand. But there are some unexpected dangers associated with your mobile phone. In the Henan province of China, a 15-year-old girl's mobile phone exploded in her face while she was using it. The girl realized she had forgotten her charger, so she bought a cheap charger on her way to the hospital to visit her mother. While there, the girl plugged her phone in and took a phone call. Suddenly, the phone battery exploded and knocked her back several feet. The girl was knocked unconscious but woke up 30 minutes later, much to the relief of everyone involved. So what can cause a mobile phone to explode while charging? Experts cite 3 reasons behind phone battery explosions. 1, the battery itself may be damaged and although connected, isn't actually charging. 2, improper charging. Lithium batteries often fail if a phone is fully charged and left to continue charging anyway, or if the phone is being used while charging, which can lead to the batteries overheating. 3 is that overheating and poor contact can result in a sudden discharge of current and cause an explosion. Exploding mobile phone totals parked car. This car was completely totaled after an exploding cell phone detonated inside and blew out the windshield and trashed the engine. It's summer and it's hot. The owner of this poor car left their mobile phone sitting on the dashboard, and under the intense heat of a 92-degree Fahrenheit day, the battery just couldn't take it anymore. A passerby contacted police when he noticed that there was smoke rising from the vents just above the hood of the car, but it was too late. By the time police and firemen arrived, the mobile phone had already detonated and taken out the front of the vehicle. Thankfully, no one was injured, but authorities want to remind you to not leave your cell phone sitting on the dash of a hot car. The extra heat may cause warping and damage to the mobile battery, and that could be the end of your phone and your car. So remember, on hot days, take your cell phone, small children, and pets with you when you leave your car.
Pregnant mom burned by her iPhone 7. A pregnant woman in Australia posted a shocking image on Facebook showing the second-degree burns she sustained after falling asleep with her charging iPhone 7. 34-year-old Sydney resident Melanie Tan Pelaez was watching movies on her iPhone 7 while it was charging on Tuesday night, and she then fell asleep. When she woke up the next morning, she felt a pain, like pins and needles running down her arm. Then she realized she had the shape of the phone and charger burned into her arm. Pelaez visited medical professionals who quickly agreed that the burn markings matched the phone and the charger. Pelaez took the phone to an Apple store, and despite the pretty clear evidence, Apple staff reportedly said it couldn't be the phone as it's designed to shut off if it overheats. And bizarrely, they said the phone didn't smell like an overheated iPhone. So, Pelaez shared her awful experience on Facebook in the hopes this won't happen to anyone else. Pelaez told local media that Apple did try to give her a new iPhone 7, but she declined to accept the replacement as she's lost faith in the brand. Following media reports on Pelaez's story, Apple now says it is working with her to investigate the incident.
Chinese knockoff Samsung Note 3 explodes in man's pocket. A Chinese-made fake Samsung Note 3 exploded inside a Hong Kong bus driver's pocket on his way to work on Tuesday. The 48-year-old Kowloon motor bus driver, identified by his surname Huang, asked one of his colleagues to get him a fake Samsung Galaxy Note 3 from China earlier this year, which cost him around $220. Around 7 a.m., the phone started making weird noises. When Huang went to the restroom at the terminal station, he saw smoke coming out of the smartphone that was tucked into his shirt pocket. Before he could remove his shirt, he heard a loud bang, followed by some smoke and fire. He quickly put out the fire using a water hose. The left side of his chest was slightly burnt, but nothing too serious. He ditched the fire hazard phone and eventually picked up a new Sony M2. According to an expert, the explosion could have been caused from the phone overheating due to a short circuit. Huang bought the knockoff phone for about a third of the price of an original Samsung Note 3. China has a plethora of knockoff phone manufacturers making a fortune selling explosive, overpriced bricks.
Now that's what I call a burner. Mobile phone battery explodes. Here's why you should spring for that brand-named phone battery. Yep, that's why they don't let you put lithium-ion batteries in your checked luggage on airplanes. This particular video comes from the southwestern Chinese city of Nanchong in Sichuan province. That woman, who's lucky she wasn't wearing synthetic pajamas when this happened, was just changing her phone batteries when whoosh! The particular brand of the phone isn't known, and no injuries were reported. So we'll do the journalistic thing and assume that everyone's fine. But if you've got a bloaty-looking battery in your phone, maybe replace that thing, or consider upgrading to asbestos trousers.